Hey everyone, I have some stories from Reddit about Karens. Let's start. This one is from my link. I don't exactly know how you do this, or what kind of story I'm supposed to tell, but what the heck, I'll give it a shot. So my extended family, aunt and uncle, own a cabin in the middle of nowhere, a nice little spot where I would go hang out for a week with my cousins. We will call the older one Moose, and his younger sister Squirrel. All of us are young teens at this point, and we decided to get away from prenatal supervision. We didn't actually do anything bad. For some reason we just decided to get away from adults for no other reason besides the fact we wanted to. So that's exactly what we did. But not before my mother warned us about a ton of black bears around the woods we were going to. We all shrugged it off, not wanting to seem nervous around one another. Stupid teenage crap. So with that lead by the oldest of us, my cousin Moose, we heading into the woods, with no way to communicate with our parents and absolutely nothing on us. Smart, right? So we head out there, go to one of our favorite spots by this massive trench, where we would hang out in an abandoned hunting shed that we refurbished by nailing random pieces of wood into the rotted walls. I left my sweater there because of the sheer heat of the summer day, knowing I wouldn't need it anytime soon. After hanging out there for a while, Moose, Squirrel, and myself headed down the dirt trail, completely ignoring my mother's previous warning about black bears. That was until Moose stopped dead in his tracks. He didn't tell me or his sister Squirrel exactly why he had hit the brakes on our hike so soon. He just stopped, looked pale. Before either of us could ask him what was wrong, an unholy and unrecognizable sound emerged from the far-off trees and brush of the woods. Soon, we knew exactly why Moose stopped. Without another word of English leaving our now dry lips, we bolted, immediately assuming it was a black bear. We ran down the trail, crossed the trench, and continued our life or death sprint until I realized I had left behind my sweater. My mother had just bought me that article of clothing, brand new. I couldn't just leave it behind, so I was left with a choice: go back and possibly face a bear for the sake of a piece of cloth, or face my mother. Of course I chose the less terrifying option of the two, and ran back for the sweater, facing what we thought could be a bear head on over. Bear for the sake of a piece of cloth, or face my mother. Of course I chose the less terrifying option of the two, and ran back for the sweater, facing what we thought could be a bear head on over having to face my own mother. This would be ironic later on. After what felt like an eternity, we made it out onto the road, still sprinting somehow, but trying not to vomit and pass out from exhaustion. Then, who pulls up from behind us but my mother, and Moose and Squirrel's mother being my aunts, both of which were on the four-wheeler heading back to the cabin as well. My mother continued to keep a facade of panic upon her face, and yelling at us to head back to the cabin before speeding past us. So we did, locked ourselves in the building, and refused to take a step back outside. Then, after hours, my dear, sweet mother comes in absolutely howling with laughter, mocking me, Moose, and Squirrel for our naive and foolish behavior, saying that she had planned this the whole time, and even made those noises that scared Moose initially, then us. So yeah, my mother traumatized us for the sheer fun of it. Worse yet, she wouldn't have said a word if my aunt hadn't made her. This is what I meant about the whole face black bear, or face mom thing being ironic. Moral of the story. Then, after hours, my dear, sweet mother comes in absolutely howling with laughter, mocking me, Moose, and Squirrel for our naive and foolish behavior, saying that she had planned this the whole time, and even made those noises that scared Moose initially, then us. So yeah, my mother traumatized us for the sheer fun of it. Worse yet, she wouldn't have said a word if my aunt hadn't made her. This is what I meant about the whole face black bear, or face mom thing being ironic. Moral of the story. Buy yourself chickens. They are a great coping mechanism. Yours truly, Justin Author Chikangrai. Saw your channel from my comment section. Thank you, Justin Author Chikangrai. That's it for today. Please come back and sub and like as you leave my studio. Bye. Have a nice day. The following film is partnership with DJ Ek also film, and if copyright is a legal issue of my vids, I will take you up to court.